Hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jess.
What are you drinking today, Jess?
Ooh, I'm drinking ginger turmeric tea for my tummy.
Upset tummy today?
Oh, on Sunday I had a really bad stomach ache. So I've been like doing my best to keep it happy.
You've had a stomach ache since?
No. I had a really bad stomach ache on Sunday. I think it was bacon that fucked me up.
Oh,
Yeah, and just terrible burning for hours until I finally was like, I can't do this anymore, and just induced vomiting.
what the
Then I was like,
fuck?
damn, I feel so much better. And it was like hours after my breakfast, like probably around 2 or 3, and yeah, the bacon was still in there.
Ew, what the
My tummy
fucking
was refusing
fuck?
to let the bacon through, and was like, "You're going to get rid of this bacon." It's
That is
gross.
so gnarly.
But it was terrible. I was in so much pain.
What the fuck?
I don't know
Damn.
what it was.
How can
But,
bacon
yeah.
do that to a person?
Right? Johnny was fine.
Jesus.
Fuck bacon. Bacon just hates me. It's okay. I don't like bacon that much either. Unless it's like very, very good quality bacon.
Yeah, I used to be obsessed with bacon, but
Mm,
I don't
it's
know.
not that
It's not
special.
the same anymore.
Suddenly we get hunted down and killed. How dare you?
uh, well,
I'm sorry. What were you drinking?
oh, I am drinking a massive mug of Monk's Blend.
Ooh, what's that?
It's a black tea. I have no earthly idea what's in it. But it is Jake's new favorite tea of all time.
Oh.
It tastes kind of flowery to me.
Oh, is it? No, you said it was black.
Yeah, it's a black tea.
Weird. And it tastes flowery. Huh.
I'm probably not like giving a good description of it because it's a very unique taste, but that's kind of the maybe like kind of jasmine-y. Maybe it has jasmine in it.
Oh, okay. Does it taste like soap?
I don't know how I'd describe it, but I think it's nice. And then Jake is like in love with it.
Wow. Wow.
All right, so we are starting off with chapter 33 this time, I believe. Let me double check that. Yep, 33.
That's Sam, right?
That is Sam. Like I said at the end of the last episode, this chapter is fucking crazy. You were kind of talking about that a minute ago, how it feels like two chapters to you.
Yeah. Like two different things happening out, and it's like a whole chapter at one part, and then suddenly chaos happens, and it's a whole other chapter. I felt like it was like two chapters crammed together. It was a big, dense chapter, and it was good.
It very much felt like it's going in one direction and then takes a sharp left turn.
Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes. Well, shall we get into
Did
it?
I say what we did
Oh, yeah.
the last times?
Where we left off our characters.
Sam, last time, kills an other in front of Gren when they get briefly separated from the group. Gren. Why does it sound weird coming out of my mouth?
Gren?
Gren. Yeah. I feel like I'm not saying it right. Gren.
I have noticed that the more tea I drink, the more I stumble over my words. And I think that's a legit thing because I remember that, like, singers have to not drink dairy because it, like, messes up their, like, vocal cords or something.
Dairy?
Yeah.
Huh.
So...
You think it's the fat?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't, like, done any of my own research on it, but... I just think it's interesting.
I don't put that stuff in my teas.
You don't put like any kind of milk, creamer?
Sometimes I'll put the coffee mate,
Oh.
but most of the time, just honey and I'm good. I'm done.
Mm.
That's it.
I see. Can't relate. I always need my my creamer if it's a black tea. Anyway, who else are we?
Oh, wait. What else are we doing?
Yeah.
Arya.
We've got another Arya?
We have another Arya.
Feels like we just did Arya.
We did. Literally. There's lots of Arya in this book. At the Stony Set, the mad huntsman returns with a prisoner who is possibly one of the people on Arya's list of names.
Oh yeah. We're gonna possibly find out who that is. Alright, chapter 33 is... Sam!
Alright. They're in Craster's keep, and Sam is listening to Gilly giving birth up in the loft while he tries to comfort his dying brother, Bannon.
Jeez.
Bannon keeps mumbling how cold he is, which is distressing Sam, as he tries to warm him with thin onion broth. Craster thinks Sam should stop wasting his time, just let him die, or at least put him out of his misery. Clearly, it is Bannon is not the only dying brother in the hall either. There's quite a few of them. Sam thinks about Brown Bernard, who was one of the brothers, and he had been carrying herbal medicine with him, but they were all lost with him when he had died on the fist. So he kind of like desperately was like, oh, if he was still alive, I could probably save them.
Oh no.
Yeah, but like all of their medicine is gone.
They put all their medicine on one dude.
Yeah.
That does not seem like a lot of thought was put into that.
They saved him.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right.
Dude, that's like the one guy that you have to make sure makes it.
Right. All around the hall, his brothers are eating the broth and hard bread. They have been there for days and are starting to complain about the lack of food, which I think is a bit entitled, I think.
Okay.
Like, I don't think it's Craster's duty to serve them. Like, he's got his own family.
Yeah, he has a bunch of people that he needs to feed.
You don't want to call them wives?
No, I don't want to call them wives or daughters. It's just
bunch of ladies.
It's funny you notice that. Yeah, I'm like, he has a bunch of people that he has to feed. Yeah, like, who the fuck do you think you are? You were like starving and dying, and he fed you and housed you, and now you're like, oh, I want a sirloin steak.
Jesus Christ. You're getting food. You have warmth.
Yeah.
Chill. God.
Like, I'm no fan of Craster, but he does not have to do any of this for them.
No. Like, gosh.
It does make me wonder, like, how do we explain his hospitality towards the people of the Night's Watch? Like, does he want something from them? Is it just those material things?
They pay him in, like, I think beer, wine, weapons, and whatnot. Like, they pay him every time they stop by, but this time, like, they're of desperation. They had nothing, and he still let them in.
Yeah, it still makes me wonder, like, is it worth it if they to house, like, 50 of the Night's Watch and, like, feed them and shelter them and just for, like, an axe, you know? But I guess we don't really know the details.
I don't know his stuff, his predicament, but I think he definitely does think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like, he has some loyalty to Mormont.
Yeah. And maybe they provide him, like, some amount of protection as well.
Yeah. I definitely think so, too. With that.
Okay. That makes some sense, then.
Sam hears one of Craster's wives consoling Gilly and telling her to scream as loud as she can. Craster does not like that and screams up at them that if she does not shut up, he'll go up there and beat her silent.
Fuck
Sam,
Craster, dude.
Sam knows that he would too, and no one would stop him. He remembers how just a couple of nights ago he had beat the crap out of one of his younger daughters. Even though his brothers whispered to each other in disgust, no one did anything. And he reminds himself, his roof, his rule, Craster is a friend to the watch. Like, every time he thinks something negative about Craster, he reminds himself. His roof, his rule. His roof, his rule.
Yeah, but he's such a scumbag.
Yes, yes.
Like, he even says at one point that he had, like, a pig that gave birth once and, like, didn't make a sound, and then he's, like, criticizing Gilly for screaming. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you, dude. You have no idea.
No idea.
Not that I have any idea, but...
I mean, you have a little bit of education. Do you?
I have some education.
Yeah.
I like to think. But yeah, it's like, ugh.
It's so different. You can't compare a pig to a person.
Yeah, what the
And
fuck?
a human baby to a piglet.
Yeah.
Well, after that, Gilly's shrieks are muffled. Sam tries to justify sitting aside while Craster does his thing by reminding himself how Craster took them all in and is sharing his hearth and food with them. Sam hears one of the wives say, "I see his head."
I see what?
I see his head.
His head. Oh,
Yeah,
the baby.
A babe. And Sam desperately wishes her head, not his.
Right.
Craster starts complaining to Sam about how loud, oh yes, this is where it is, about how loud women wail when they give birth.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't bring up the pig, but he refers to Sam as Slayer, which upsets him, so Sam leaves the hall.
Ooh.
Ooh, what is it? Slayer?
Slayer. That's pretty badass.
Sam follows the sounds of shouting and finds some of his brothers shooting arrows at piles of hay. When they see him, they call him over and are like, "Show us how you killed the other Slayer." Sam, like, tries to explain that he didn't use an arrow, he used a dagger, but they're all fucking with him and they're all laughing and jeering. And I go, "Slayer!" He hates.
They don't believe it.
Nope, it's a mocking name. He tries to run away, but the ground is thick mud and he loses a boot, and by the time he pulls it back, both of his feet are soaking wet and he's humiliated.
Oh god.
Sam keeps thinking that his father is right. He's useless and he feels very guilty that he's alive and many of his brave brothers are dead. He bumps into Gren, who teases him about his boot, and he's also calling him Slayer. Sam is hurt that Gren is calling him that and asks him not to, but Gren doesn't understand. Apparently Gren is very slow. He doesn't understand that Slayer is being used to hurt him, and he thinks it's a good name for him because he literally saw Sam slay the other.
Oh, I was under the impression that he did know the others were making fun of him, but he was kind of trying to encourage Sam to, like, just take the name anyway.
That seems really nice. But, like, from what I understood was Sam was like, "Oh yeah, he's dumb. He doesn't get it."
Okay, that can very well be.
To put the two and two together.
Yeah.
He tries to explain that everyone's calling him that because they're mocking him, but Gren, he's like, "But you are a Slayer. You killed him. You are."
Oh.
Sam also thinks that it wasn't him who killed the other, it was the dragon glass.
Oh god.
Like, oh yeah,
He
jumped out of my hand and killed him.
He can't give himself a shred of credit.
No. And he briefly remembers that John had reburied most of the dragon glass that he had found. So it's all back in the face.
Fuck. No.
Oh man. So Sam wishes John was there. He misses talking to him because Gren is dumb. He wants someone smart to talk to.
I miss John with Sam too.
They had a cute dynamic.
Yeah.
He thinks John is probably dead and doesn't understand how the gods could take John and leave him to be so craven. Mormont walks by and he calls Sam over, who nearly shits himself in response.
Jeez.
He's super intimidated by Mormont.
Uh-huh.
Mormont starts talking to Sam about how the Night's Watch had lost their true purpose over time, and that the wall was obviously meant to keep the others in the wights out. Craster comes over and he announces that he has a son. Mormont congratulates him, and Craster reminds him that it's past time they were gone and tells them that their sick aren't going to get any better, and even suggests leaving them behind and he'll deal with them if they don't have to kahunas kill them themselves.
He's like, get the fuck out me house.
Craster tells him that he has another mouth to feed. He no longer has the means to keep feeding them. And Sam squeaks. He squeaks out that they can take the baby.
Dude.
Craster is deeply offended. And Sam starts stuttering when Mormont is like, get the fuck inside.
Yeah.
Inside, Mormont calls him a fool and scolds him for even suggesting such a dumbass thing. Even if the baby wasn't Craster's, how can a bunch of starving men care for a baby as they marched back to the wall? And he orders Sam to go back to Bannon, which is the dying cold man. I agree. Dumbass ideas.
He was just... He's desperate. He's, like, grasping at straws, trying to save that baby. But also, like, Craster saying, like, I have another mouth to feed. Like, okay, dude. Sure you do.
Exactly.
I guess he doesn't want people to know what he does with the boys.
No, that's his secret.
Yeah, but at the same time, is it not kind of obvious that he's doing something with the boys? Like, it's not just he's only had daughters this whole time.
Yeah. Monkey, see no evil, hear no evil. When Sam gets to Bannon, he's already dead. Dirk, is another brother, blames his death on Craster starving him, saying that he knows men who've lost foots and lived long lives. That was Bannon's injury. He had lost the foot. I guess the cold got in.
Yeah, like a frostbite.
Yeah, probably hypothermia and infection. Would infection take place in something so cold? Probably.
I don't really know what hypothermia is, to be honest.
When you get too cold.
Yeah, but like, what is it
cold
actually?
for your body to warm you up.
Let me look this up.
Good, because I feel like it.
Your body loses heat faster than it can produce heat, causing a dangerously low body temperature. Okay. So yeah, that definitely sounds like he had a hypothermia. But what is
probably blood loss too?
Yeah. Frostbite is an injury caused by freezing of the skin and underlying tissues. First, your skin becomes very cold and red, then numb, hard, and pale. Frostbite is most common on the fingers, toes, nose, ears, cheeks, and chin.
It's when it turns black and dies.
Oh god, do not look up pictures of frostbite. Yikes, dude. I remember watching Pirates of the Caribbean, the third one, and they're like on the boat sailing towards the end of the world or whatever, and some guy's entire foot is like frostbitten and he breaks a toe off. Were you screaming? So it cut out.
I was laughing.
Oh, what did you say?
So cartoony.
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be like a comedic moment.
Yeah.
Still makes me cringe though.
It's pretty nasty to think about.
Yeah, fuck that.
I think I saw a story once, I think very brief, I think on Reddit, of this guy who was in below freezing weather in his car, and he stepped out of the car for just to wipe some snow off, and when he got back in, his ears had gotten frostbitten and he lost one. Like, he was so cold.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know where it was or how cold it was. I don't remember any of that, but I just remember that. I'm like, damn. It happened so fast.
What the what? How fucking cold does it have to be?
Real fun. I'm imagining -40.
Yeah, like, fuck.
Anything cold with like a colder wind chill.
Damn, where was he that it was that cold?
Pretty sure it was probably
Hmm.
up northy, and he had forgotten his earmuffs. He was like, "I'm going to be out for a sec. I don't need earmuffs," and he lost his ear.
Biggest mistake of his life. uh,
Where am I? Fuck.
I cannot help
Okay.
you.
Alright. Oh yeah, he knows men who's lost foot and live long lives. Okay.
What?
They burn. Oh. Craster blames his death on Craster starving him, saying he knows men who've lost foot and lived long lives.
Oh.
So Dark just wants to blame Craster.
Okay.
They burn his body that night in Sam's mouth waters because the burning flesh smells just like roast pork.
Whoa.
This upsets Sam so much he has to run off to vom.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
Dolores Ed teases Sam and agrees that Brannon smelled delicious. He tells Bannon?
Yeah, not Brandon.
Oh, yeah, I put an R in there. Bannon. He tells Sam that he must not die because he doesn't think he can hold himself back at the smell of Sam barbecue. Because all of the fat. He was like, if I had applesauce, I'll just cut a chunk off.
Jesus.
He seems humorous.
Yum, 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 yum.
In this hard time.
Lord Piggy. Isn't that what he used to be called? Lord Piggy?
Yeah, that's what fuckface used to call him.
Alistair Thorne.
Now it's Slayer.
Oh. Lord Piggy to Slayer.
I mean, it's nice.
There's a glow up.
A little bit, yeah. Dolores Ed, informs Sam that they're leaving at first light, sun or snow. Be ready. Later that night, Craster is so pleased with the news of their departure that he decides to have a small feast for them. The women set to roasting the horses they had slaughtered, but the smell reminds Sam too much of Bannon, so he only eats Bannon. Frick, why do I keep misspelling? Like each one is misspelled different.
What the fuck, dude?
So he only eats onion and bread. They only had 2 loaves of bread to share, which pisses off some of their men. Lord Mormont tries to silence them, but Clubfoot Carl refuses.
Clubfoot Carl.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. He's convinced that Craster has a secret stash of food and he needs to feed them properly. And I'm just like appalled. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
These rude ass bitches expect so much. He doesn't owe you shit.
I have to say though, this might be the first time ever in this series so far where I actually didn't really believe what was happening. And I mean that in like I didn't find it that believable that they would freak out that much.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, I don't know. It was like 1 + 1 was equaling 3 to me type of thing. I was like, this is what? This doesn't make any sense. Like, why are they acting like this? I just didn't find it that believable, which is shocking.
I was reminding myself that, like, these weren't honorable knights, that these are cutthroats and criminals who have been brought to the wall as punishment. And a lot of these people are selfish.
That's a good point, but...
And they suffered terrible trauma.
I guess if you go on to what happens, then that's where I'm kind of like, this does not add up.
I think group mentality happens after. Like, it takes 1 or 2 really evil sickos, and then group mentality for the rest.
I'm not saying it could never happen, but it was just the first time in this series so far that I was like, what?
And I get it. It pissed me off, and I was like, these fuckers. He does not owe you shit. Okay. A bunch of them start speculating what Craster might have hidden, until Lord Mormont shouts at them to shut the fuck up. But even then, they continue, like Mormont no longer exists. All they can talk about was the secret stash. That's all that exists to them, the secret stash. Mormont doesn't exist to them.
Yeah.
Mormont goes red and reminds them who he is and commands them to be silent, which lasts a few seconds until Craster stands with his axe and tells everyone to get out. They're no longer welcome in his home.
Fair.
One of the men calls Craster a bastard, which enrages him. He demands who calls him the bastard. And Carl pipes up. Clubfoot Carl. Craster leaps over a table and he charges Carl. And in an instant, Dirk grabs him by the hair and opens his throat ear to ear.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh. And I'm like, Mormont has completely lost control of the situation.
Yep. That is an accurate statement.
Women start screaming, and Mormont, standing over Craster's body, cries that the gods will curse them. What a horrible thing to kill a man on...
In his own home.
Yeah.
Did he die like this in the show?
Somewhat.
Okay. You'll have to tell me what happens in the show after, because I don't remember. Keep going.
Dirk grabs one of the women and shoves his dirk under her chin.
Jesus.
I love that. Dirk and his dirk. And demands that she bring him to the real food. Mormont steps towards them, ordering Dirk to unhand her, but two men block his way. Mormont grabs his dagger, but although Lophand is much faster, and he buries his dagger into Mormont's belly, and then chaos!
Yeah. Bro, I was like, what the fucking fuck is fucking happening? Mortal Kombat.
So Sam comes to, sitting on the floor, cradling Mormont's head in his lap. He barely recalls watching a few of his brothers die in the madness, and he remembers Gren slapping and shouting at him before running away with Giant and Dolores Ed and some others. Mormont is still alive, and he mumbles at Sam to run and head to the wall, and to tell everyone what has happened. And he asks Sam to tell his son Jorah that he forgives him and to take the black as his dying wish.
His last thoughts are of Jorah.
His son.
Aww.
Man.
Is that it?
No. But I hope Sam does just to meet Jorah.
Yeah.
Sam
Dang.
starts... Yeah, makes me sad. Sam starts to tell him that he's given up, that he won't be able to make it to the wall, when 3 of Craster's wives appear over them, and one of them is Gilly with her babe.
Bib.
One of the older women tells him that he needs to leave now to take Gilly with him, while the nastier brothers are gorging themselves on food or women.
Ew.
They have even caught 2 horses for them. Sam tries to explain that he can't. He's too fat and craven to be of any help. Plus, he can't leave behind Mormont, but when he looks down, he sees that Mormont is dead. The women tell him to take Mormont's sword and cloak and get out, and Gilly starts crying and begs him to take her and the baby, or his brothers will come and take him. One of the women says that the cold is rising, and with it, Craster's other sons are coming for the boy.
What?
That is that chapter.
Okay. So, what the fuck?
Oh man. Right, it happened so fast too.
Yeah.
The madness.
You like think that he's going to just like calm it down with a few words, but then suddenly it's like, and then he opened Craster's throat from ear to fucking ear. And it's like
just escalates.
0 to 100.
These men were desperate. Desperate in a bad way.
So,
Excuse me.
Craster's dead, Mormont's dead. How was this the same as the show or no?
Trying to remember. I'm wonder if it was Mormont who was killed first in the show, and then Craster.
Mm,
This particular episode I haven't seen a lot,
okay.
but it did happen over food. They wanted the food.
And both
Give us the real
Craster
food.
and Mormont died at Craster's Keep.
Yep, they both did.
I see.
But in the show, Sam had more courage and snatched up Gilly and ran away with her.
Oh, I see.
His first thought when he saw Mormont fall was Gilly, and he ran to her.
Huh.
Hmm.
What a shitty way for Mormont to die, man.
Oh my god.
Like, he deserved better than
Yeah,
that.
he did. Man, was betrayed by his own men.
Ugh.
Wow.
And, like, I know you said the thing about how there were, like, scummy people, but they have been obeying him until now. So, like, now that they're just hungry, like, they
Well, like
freak
starving
out.
and they're in desperation after seeing the others and having to hike the entire time without stopping from the Fists to Craster's Keep.
So, wouldn't anything taste like a fucking,
You'd think so.
like, what am I trying to say? Taste like a 5-star restaurant. Is that what it is?
Like a delicious ass feast.
Yeah, a
Like,
Michelin rated
how
restaurant.
can you be upset at roast horse? You're eating meat.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, yeah, there isn't much sides, but damn. What more can you... Why are you so entitled?
Yeah.
Like, all they're talking about is pork. Like, who cares with the pork? You have meat right there.
Honestly.
Mm-mm.
Also, it said the thing about Craster's other sons coming to get the boy.
Yup.
So, what? Are his sons all White Walkers?
Others? I think they are. I think they're the others. That's how they make more. Craster's son.
Bruh. What?
They're all Craster's sons. Unless
That's
there's other wildlings
what?
out there that are also offering off their sons.
Yeah, because I mean, how do the others reproduce? Do
Like
they
baby
even
boys,
reproduce?
apparently.
Yeah,
It's
they
baby
still.
boys.
Does it have to just be baby boys? Like, could they turn a baby girl? Does it have to be a baby? Could they turn a person? Or
Ooh,
a person? Like, a baby isn't a
pretty good
person.
questions. I wonder if Bran will find out. He'll get
Hmm.
more info from the books than in the show.
Yeah, because in the show, we get that whole moment where we see the White Walker turn the baby,
Hmm.
like its eyes go all blue and whatever, but then nothing ever comes of that.
No, no, nothing.
It's just like completely dropped.
Betrayal. All of the drop side, I was gonna call them side quests. Storyline. Sad days.
Yep.
Ooh.
So, I mean, if all of Craster's sons are the ones who were the White Walkers, that's pretty bananas.
I mean, I'm sure there was one that started off, like the Night King, obviously. But yeah, I think a lot of their force are Craster's son.
What the fuck?
He's been knocking up his daughters since. Fuck, I don't know.
And does he like have a deal with the White Walkers? Like they leave him alone as long as they keep giving offerings?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
What the fuck?
He's on. They don't attack him or anything. That's why he stays in his keep. He's not afraid of them.
Yeah.
He's paying them sons.
Yo.
It's pretty twisted. Pretty twisted.
So what is the actual difference between White Walkers and Whites?
I think White Walkers are like creatures of the cold, but whites are like zombies.
Mm.
Whites are like zombies
Mm-hmm.
that do the biddings of the others.
So they don't have any ability that a normal person wouldn't.
I don't think so, except for the fact that they don't feel pain and They won't die unless you burn them.
Right. But a White Walker could actually, like, one, think for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Two, like, brings the cold wherever it goes. Question mark? What
I think
else does
also
it
like
do?
you can't let it touch you because it's so cold. It burns.
All right, you'll just frostbite.
And it can't die unless it's being stabbed with obsidian.
Excuse me, you mean dragon glass?
Hey, Sam calls it obsidian.
Because he's a fucking nerd.
Nerd.
Okay. Who we got next?
Arya.
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 Arya and Gendry find themselves in a large cave after having hoods pulled off their heads. It's a secret place that they're not allowed to know the location of.
Oh.
There's a huge fire pit in the center, and the cave is full of men, women, and children. The huntsman turns out to be just some dude Arya doesn't know. Maybe another chapter, someone will know who he is, but Arya doesn't recognize him.
Okay, so what? Do you
Regular
remember?
man.
A what?
So just some regular man.
Do you remember if it said anything about him? Like if he was wearing any colors or anything at all?
Nope.
Okay, I don't remember either.
I can go back.
I'm just wondering if we can like figure out who it is before Arya learns.
The huntsman had turned out to be a stocky man in patched tan leathers, balding and weak-chinned and quarrelsome.
Yeah, that gives us nothing.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all his description.
Okay.
And his captive is, guess. It's the Hound.
You got it right.
I should have guessed that. Did I guess that?
You did guess the Hound.
Oh fuck, man! Here I was thinking I was so dumb for not.
No, I forced you to
think I
guess
just-
and you guessed the Hound.
No. Woohoo! Smarter than I thought.
Yeah, good job.
He had been drunkenly passed out when the huntsman's hounds found him.
The Hound was found by the hounds.
Yeah.
Betrayed.
I think, yeah, that's what they said. One of the men were like, "Oh, betrayed by his own kind." Oh. Thoros of Myr welcomes the Hound to the cave. It's like, "Welcome to my grand cave." He actually says hall.
My grand hall. That's funny.
Or is it humble hall? Whatever. Thoros looks much different from when Arya last saw him, from fat and bald, hairy and thin. Sandor recognizes Thoros, and Thoros tells him that he's no longer a false priest and that the Lord of Light had awakened in him.
The Lord of Light.
Yup. Sandor is unimpressed. It's like a fucking another religious freak.
Yeah.
This gang of people are Lord of Light people.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense if you think about. Maybe we shouldn't get there yet. Never mind.
He asks how long they've been hiding, which pisses off a lot of the men, when a scarecrow speaks up.
Oh, what now?
Not a literal scarecrow. He's a man who looks like one, who's so thin and his clothes are so big for him that she calls him a scarecrow of a man.
Okay, who is
he? He explains when he and his men were sent to bring the king's justice to the mountain, they were 6 score. Now I'm like, what the fuck is score? So I Google, 1 score is 20. 6 is 120. So when they went after the mountain, there was 120 of them.
Oh,
More
shit.
than 80 have since died, but more have taken their place. Sandor recognizes the scarecrow as Lord Beric, and Arya is shocked because he used to be a good-looking dude. Now he's just like, he looks whack. he's ugly.
Yeah. He's like all fucked up and like skinny and looks like half dead.
His hair is fucked. His face is fucked.
Dude, how long ago was it that Sansa's friend Jane was drooling over him? Like, how quickly did he get this fucked up is my question.
I would say ever since Ned sent them off. go after the mountain.
But how
When
long
he
ago was
declared,
that?
I have no idea how time passes in these books.
Right? Is like was that like a year ago or like 2 years ago or like 3 years ago?
I would say maybe a year.
Really? I think it'd be more.
Or do you think it's 2 years? How? I don't remember how old Arya was when the book started first. How she's 11 in this book.
She was 9.
When
No,
it started. Oh
10.
my god.
No, 9.
I think she was 9.
Because
Oh my
Bran
god.
was like 7.
Yo, it's been 2 years.
Dang.
Damn.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was 9. I remember being surprised that she was in the single digits when it came
Right.
to age.
In
I'm like,
Sansa,
damn, she's young.
she was like 12,
Sansa
right?
was 11.
Oh, she was
Sansa
11.
was
And now
11.
she's turning 14.
Oh my god. Wait, 2.5 years then?
Yeah. Or
Oh,
like we don't know how like far along into age
yeah.
11 she was. Like it could still anywhere
Oh,
between
sure,
2 and 2.5 years.
sure. Dang, son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everyone seems to be under the impression that Sandor has been working with the Mountain, murdering innocent civilians, and they list all the deaths that Sir Gregor and his crew have done in some sort of makeshift trial. Sandor is very offended at the idea that he and his arch nemesis actually talk to each other.
His arch nemesis being his brother, the Mountain.
Yeah, Sir Gregor. He's like, oh, that was me. Why are you lying my brother's victims in my feelings? What the fuck?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, that was not me, dude.
Mm-mm. Sandor does not care for what's going on, and he tells them to either kill him or let him go. It's like, fuck this. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Men keep accusing him of murders, and he just responds, I wasn't there. That wasn't me.
Didn't do it.
He tells them to stop laying his brother's murders at his feet and to name people that he has murdered. People one by one start piping up with names, but Sandor has no idea who they are. It's like, what? I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
It turns out people are just naming people who have been murdered by Lannisters, not him. Sandor says something interesting in response to justify working for the Lannisters that makes Lord Beric ask him to explain himself. Sandor said, you lie like knights, maybe you murder like knights. And Sandor explains that a knight is just a sword. The vows and lady favors are all just fancy ribbons decorating the sword, but a sword is a sword and it'll kill you just the same. He says the difference between him and them is that he is not a liar and he knows what he is, and he's not afraid to say it, and he tells them to kill him, but not to act like they've never killed or murdered before.
Oh shit.
Like, damn. You
Okay.
tell him.
Yeah, I mean, good point, dude.
Uh-huh. He basically like shuts everyone up. Until Arya bursts out and screams that he is a murderer. He killed Micah. And Sanda's like, who the fuck is Micah, boy? And Arya screams that she's not a boy and that Micah was the butcher's boy. And Jory told her that he had cut him in half. And Sandor is like, oh, Jesus fuck. Don't you know you're dead? And he recognizes her.
Uh-huh.
And he just laughs and laughs because he finds that hilarious that the missing Stark girl is hanging out with this group of
I think
fuckers.
it's just so absurd. Like,
It's
how
so
the
random.
fuck? Exactly.
It's just popping out of nowhere. Lord Beric asks if he denies killing Micah. Sandor says no. The prince had claimed the boy had attacked him, and as his sword shield,
His sword shield?
as his sworn shield,
His sword
was-
shield. As his sword shield.
Wait, what? As his sworn shield, it was his duty to kill the boy. Arya shouts that it was a lie. It was her who attacked Joffrey. Micah just ran away. Sandor explains that it's not his place to question the prince, and that her own sister also said that Micah attacked Joffrey. Arya hates Sansa all over again and says Sansa is a liar.
Yeah, but that doesn't help your point.
No. Lord Beric and Thoros have a small discussion to the side while Arya seethes in anger. She'd been praying for the hound's death, so he must die. Lord Beric comes back and he says that since they have no proof with the accusation of murder, that they must leave it up to the Lord of Light, and challenges him to a trial by combat.
Oh, shit.
Sandor thinks he's crazy. You think you can beat me?
He's like, dude, you're half dead already.
Yeah. And Lord Beric says that if he wins, he may walk free. Sandor's like, damn. Like he just won the lotto. Arya screams, but Harwin grabs her and covers her mouth. Lord Beric says that it'll be him he'll be fighting against with no armor, just a sword and shield each. And it'll be the Lord of Light who protects the innocent one.
Okay.
As Lord Beric's squire removes his armor, his name is Ned, which kind of disturbs Arya a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Makes her feel some feels.
Thinks about Papa.
Yep. Arya is shocked to see that he's basically skin and bone. There is a crater above his left nipple with a matching scar on his back, and Arya thinks that it must have been a lance driven through him.
You mean Beric, right? Not Ned.
Huh?
You mean Lord Beric, right? Because the last person you spoke about was Ned, and then you're like,
yeah, Beric.
And he's a skeleton.
Oh, no. No. I mean Beric.
Okay, Lord
I
Beric.
was just mentioning that his squire's name was Ned.
Okay.
Briefly mentioning. And he's also missing an eye, and he has a black ring around his neck.
A black ring?
Yup.
The fuck is that?
I think I know. If I remember the show. But
Was he like hung or something?
I think he was beheaded.
What?
Uh-huh.
Wait, I think you're right. I think they mentioned that
That he was
previously.
beheaded.
Someone was like,
I think
oh,
it
Beric?
was.
No, he got his head chopped off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. In the show, it was just a pink scar, but the whole black ring around his neck sounds... sounds nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Sandor is cut loose and is given his sword and shield. They pray first, and then Lord Beric runs his left palm along the edge of the blade, which causes his blood to run along the steel, and then it bursts into flame, and the match starts.
Sick.
Arya can see the whites of Sandor's eyes and can see that he's covered in sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking terrified. So it's like, oh, slash, slash, clang, clang. You know the drill.
Mm-hmm.
Sandor falls to one knee and Lord Beric sweeps a down cut, but Sandor manages to block it just in time, but his shield bursts into flames. When the hound sees that his shield is aflame, he flips out and starts hacking it off of him. That only causes the fire to spread, and soon it engulfs his left arm.
Damn.
Lord Beric jumps close to deliver the finishing blow when Sandor screams and lifts his sword with both hands and brings it down with all of his strength. Lord Beric blocks it with his sword, but it was weakened by the flames and it snaps in half, and Sandor's blade plows into where Beric's shoulder meets his neck and slices through him to the breastbone.
Fuck.
Beric's blood bursts out of him in a gush.
Well.
Sandor rips off the rest of his shield and starts rolling around in the dirt. And I'm just thinking, dude, just put your arm in the gushing blood.
Dude, what the fuck?
And wouldn't that put out the fire?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like, that's my first thought. Like, come on, dude.
How is that your first thought? You're psycho. Oh yeah, just put your burning arm in the gushing blood.
Yeah.
It'll fix the problem for you.
What? Am I wrong?
No. It's just like, what?
Sounds sick, huh? Beric hits the ground head first while Arya is trying to understand why the gods let Sandor live when he was guilty. Arya hears Sandor sobbing and begging for help, and she's shocked that he's crying like a baby. Which was not in the show, and I kind of like this. Sandor.
Because he was burned again.
Yeah, this is his trigger.
Burned badly.
Mm-hmm. The Royals orders someone to see to his burns while he chooses some men to help lift Lord Beric to one of the empty tunnels in the back. The huntsman is disgusted. He wants to bring Sandor back to put him in one of the crow cages, and Arya agrees with him. She grabs Greenbeard's dagger and charges Sandor.
Oh, jeez.
He is being helped to his feet, and she sees his arm, which makes her pause. It's cracked and bleeding from the burns, like it's fucking whack.
Ew.
Cully has got second-degree burns over his arm.
Mm-hmm.
Sandor tells her to kill him, but as he moves to give her better access, some of his burnt flesh slows off of his arm. Is it sloth?
Slough, I think.
Some of his
Slough?
burnt flesh sloughs off of his arm, and he almost passes out.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's so nasty.
Mm-hmm.
The dagger seems to grow heavy in her hands, and she shouts at him that he killed Micah. Sandor is like, "Yep, I did." And he also watched as Sansa was beaten bloody and as her father was beheaded. Lem grabs her wrist and twists the dagger away, and she screams at Sandor to go to hell. And Lord Beric, holding onto Thoros for support, says that he has.
Lord Beric's alive! What the fuck?
He's coming back!
So now we've confirmed that all the tales about Beric are true.
He's unkillable.
He's unkillable. He's probably died 1,000 times and come back to life.
Poor dude.
Including the head being chopped off.
That's probably the most fucked up thing to come back from.
What are the logistics of that, though? Like, did his head just reappear on his body? Or did someone have to stick his head back on for him to come back?
I'm sure they stuck his head back on. I cannot imagine.
Bro, what the fuck?
But he knew it.
Oh, that's so bizarre.
Yeah.
And what do you think he means when he says that Sandor has gone to hell?
I wonder.
Maybe because of the fire? Is that his
Thinking,
hell?
like, his fear of flame, like with what Gregor did to him as a kid, and him running from King's Landing when the wildfires started going up. Maybe it's his hell to live in such fear.
Hard to say.
Know. Maybe he's just like a really lonely dude, and that's his hell.
I got the impression that when Beric said he has gone to hell, he means like it's more recent. Because like then wouldn't you say he is in hell if it wasn't something that was recent?
Ooh.
So saying he has gone.
Tense. It was past tense.
So he's that's what makes me think that maybe he's talking about the
maybe his childhood and being forced to live with a monster and pretend like everything is fine with his enabling parents.
Maybe, but what I was trying to say was that I think it's something that's more recent.
That we just don't know of yet?
Well, maybe we do know of it, but we just don't. Like, maybe it's just him burning his arm thing. Well, like, that's his hell. Like, yep, he went there.
Could have been. I mean, if he's sobbing in front of all of these men.
And he's like, help me, mommy.
Yeah. Yeah. See this big mighty man just sobbing and begging for help. Or pleading for help. Like, it's kind of pathetic.
Yeah.
You have to be in, like, a really low place to drop your facade.
Facade. But yeah. Anyway, so I definitely didn't guess that it was the Hound when I first read this chapter.
Huh?
But I should have, just based on what happens in the show.
Right? Right?
And also with them being like in the cave and stuff, that's pretty much how you described that scene from the show before.
Mm-hmm. That's basically what happens. Except he doesn't cry.
Yeah. And it like happens earlier on, I think. You said.
Yeah. There definitely wasn't as much traveling with the men.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to end the chapters there.
Wow.
So we're at an hour already.
Oh.
Do you have any quick life updates or anything?
I was vaccinated on Saturday.
Oh, nice. Pfizer?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Pfizer family.
Yeah, I passed out when I got home. Slept all day.
Oh, you're just Sleepy?
I think it was a result from the vaccine. The
Really?
other people I talked to have also shared the same symptoms of passing out, and it makes a lot of sense since your immune system takes a lot of energy because it was working to figure out what the fuck was just put in my arm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I slept for about 4 hours.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then I was sick all Sunday, and I didn't get anything done.
Oh no. I don't think I had any
Oh.
symptoms except for like a sore arm.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
you
nothing
weren't
that I
sleepy?
noticed anyway. I might have been sleepy, but it wasn't like noticeable.
Uh, I was no
Maybe because
sleep.
I'm always sleepy.
I just used to being tired.
Maybe I'm just used to feeling like shit, so getting vaccinated didn't make a fucking difference.
You don't even notice.
Oh,
Uh,
dude,
my
sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that my coworkers have been commenting yesterday and today that I look so tired, and I'm like, what do you mean? Do I have wrinkles? Am I looking my age? No, they're like, but no, it's your eyes. Your eyes look so tired.
Yeah, you probably just got low eyelids or something.
It's my heavy eyelids.
Yeah.
When I looked in the mirror at work, I did notice that they looked kind of red.
Oh,
Like I was tired. And I'm like, oh, no
damn.
wonder everyone's showing concern.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
I
need
felt fine.
a long ass nap.
So I wonder if it's my body is still exhausted, but I'm just used to feeling tired all the time. But I was just really tired on Saturday.
Dang. But you're like feeling fine now,
Yeah,
other than just the like looking tired.
yeah. I felt fine at work, except a little bit tired.
Right.
But not as tired as my face was telling my coworkers that I was. My face was like a whole other.
uh,
And you.
yeah, there's like nothing really new going on with me, but I'm like feeling like shit all the time, which is like it's really frustrating because I feel like I'm eating pretty good. I'm even doing a bit of exercise. Like what the
Get
fuck do I have to do to
sun? Do you sit in the sun a little
uh
every day?
mm, no, not really. And like my office at work doesn't have any windows either.
Oh,
Maybe I'm
maybe,
lacking vitamin D.
yeah, because that also, sunshine makes your brain produce a little bit of oxytocin. Just a little
Okay.
burst of happiness.
Yeah, I sat outside
Feel
a
okay.
bit today. Like, I stayed home from work today because I had a cough this morning. And then
Mm,
I had a headache and I just wasn't feeling great.
yeah.
Um, and then mom came up and found me here and she was like, what the fuck? And
Whoa.
I was
You mean
like, I was,
she's going up in your home thinking no one's gonna be up?
no, I think she saw my car in the
Oh,
driveway.
okay, okay.
But I was just like curled up on the couch.
Oh,
And so she was like, you need to drink lemon water and you need to sit outside and blah, 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 blah. She's so
oh.
cute. But it was,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I sat outside for a bit actually, and it was really nice. Sat in the sun,
Um,
got
are
a,
you sure you're eating? You have enough iron going
I,
in your body?
I don't know. I'll, like,
You
when
don't
I
know.
say I'm eating better, I mean I'm not, like, eating pizza every day of the week.
Ooh. Um, is there vegetables or dark greens in your food a lot?
uh, yeah, I mean, not every day, but a lot more than
Mm-hmm.
there used to be. Like what I ate today was a vegetable medley. It was basically just carrots and broccoli and cauliflower covered in like soup and sour cream.
Sounds good.
It is pretty good. And then it's got like stone wheat crackers and walnuts sprinkled over top.
Oh, what salad is this?
It's not it's not a salad. It's like a
Oh, I see salad.
no. It's probably closer to like a casserole because you
Oh.
bake it. You don't like it?
Actually, I do like casseroles.
Then why are you making
It's just,
gagging sounds? What is going on?
I don't know. I just think about cream, and I'm like, I don't know, dairy, ugh, it's starting to make me sick these days. Just
Hmm.
thinking about it. Especially if it's hot. Hot dairy.
Oh, interesting. I guess, yeah, like with the days getting hotter and hotter, it's like you don't want to eat such heavy stuff because it makes you feel so like gross and bloated and
I mean, I
nasty.
don't mind like non-dairy alternatives for cream. I don't mind that stuff doesn't make me sick, but like hot cream makes my tummy feel unwell. Like we're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm having like stomach issues again too, which
Ooh. Do you think
like
it's bloating?
uh
Do you find that it feels like your stomach is swelling up like a balloon and you can actually like see it a little? Like a little bit of a push?
maybe
Or like your pants
sometimes.
being too tight after you eat?
Maybe.
Because I have bloating issues.
Is that just
Mm.
from like something you're eating or is it just eating in
Yep.
general?
It could be something you're eating, and you can try taking a break from dairy and or gluten for 2 weeks to see if it helps. And you can also add more probiotics to your diet.
Like yogurt?
A lot more. Yeah, something that's more potent than yogurt,
Like what?
like kefir.
The
It's
fuck is
good.
that?
It's basically fermented milk. It
Ew.
tastes it tastes just like yogurt, but drinkable.
Ew.
Like there's strawberry flavored kefir. It tastes just like yogurt. But I like the coconut milk kefir because I don't want too much dairy in my tum tum. And
Like,
it's good. Like even Johnny likes it, and he
oh.
hates coconut milk.
Well, maybe I'll look at it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
write
it
that down
tastes
so I remember.
just like yogurt.
It's
It's
kefir
tart
with an F?
with
Kefir?
a K. K. Yeah, F. Kefir.
Okay.
You'll see it with the yogurt.
It sounds like something that would be in like a rap song. Like they'd be rapping around
Mm.
about that good that good kefir.
If you like kimchi, that's
Kimchi.
good. Probiotic.
Kimchi tastes like poo to me though.
Okay. Do you like kombucha?
It's
Really?
alright. Like I can drink a little bit of it, but I can't have like a whole bottle in one sitting.
Like yogurt does have probiotics, but I find like it's like a little bit
Hmm.
what like billions of bacterium
Jesus.
or bacteria, and that's kefir. I'm drinking like a whole glass a day. Kind of helping. I don't have
Hmm.
to eat so much Tums at work.
Isn't Tums for acid reflux?
Yeah, but it makes me burp, which helps with the bloating.
Oh. Yeah, back before we moved, and like when I had my old job, I had
Mm.
like seriously bad stomach issues for like many,
Ooh,
many, many months.
ooh,
Uh, like it started before I even started dating Jake.
ooh.
And yeah, so I was having these stomach issues for a long time. And it pretty much went away like as soon as I quit and we moved.
Ooh, could have been all in
So,
your head.
well, Jake was thinking it was just stress,
Mm-hmm.
and like
That's
that
in your
made
head.
sense to me. But
Yeah.
but now like in the last 2 months it seems to be coming back. Definitely not as bad, but it seems to be coming back.
Yeah.
So that's like the weird thing cuz
Ugh.
like it stopped right after I quit my old job and moved and then now it's coming back. Like what is it really something I'm eating then because
Yeah.
my
I
diet's
feel
only gotten better.
hmm. Or has it?
It has. I promise.
Um, maybe you've suddenly developed an intolerance or like your body just doesn't has a harder time digesting certain things. So again, like
Dude,
oh,
that's
just
so fucking
dairy
whack.
or gluten. Take a break for 2 weeks and
But
see
I
how
don't
you are.
wanna.
You know what? You know what? When we did that with the paleo diet, Johnny and me, getting rid of gluten changed Johnny completely. He went from being sick every day, every after every meal, he'd have to run to the toilet and sit there for hours. an hour to
Whoa.
being completely fine.
There's
Like,
gluten?
yeah. Like we still
Fuck.
eat gluten, but like I try not to eat as much or give too much to Johnny.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, what has gluten other than bread?
Pasta, anything made with wheat.
Okay, because I don't eat a lot of pasta.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, anything wheat. Cereal,
Don't
all
eat
that
cereal.
jazz.
Mm.
Pizza crust.
Oh shit.
That's bread.
There's the culprit.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
pizza.
a pizza. A
We
pizza.
had that fire crust pizza
Yeah.
the other night, and I ordered one of their milkshakes as well, and fuck me, that
Oh,
milkshake was so bomb.
they have milkshake?
Yeah. Anyway, this has gone off the rails.
Oh, we're
So,
just doing.
and I have to pee really bad, so
Oh God.
we should stop this episode. Thanks for listening to this random ramble about nothing. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Tigbab Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is Jess.Egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Tigbab Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should show up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Baram Barami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle, which you heard at the start of this episode, and he's a really cool guy and makes dope stuff, so check him out. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarebetter. We have a few different tea-themed tiers with fun rewards, such as behind-the-scenes content, outtakes, and mini-episodes in which we force our brother to watch Game of Thrones, which he hates. So you will be getting something in return for your contribution, and you'd also be helping us improve the podcast with better equipment, but we also just appreciate you listening. And please don't forget to share the podcast with your family and your friends. It is the best way for us to grow. And join us next time for Catelyn and Davos and maybe Jamie?
Jamie.
All right. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.